Hello YouTube fans, here again. And I thought I'd have a nice walk with me, myself and the dog. Me, myself and the dog, why not? And just thought I'd talk a little bit about what I said a few weeks ago. Now I remember when I was in the news shop and I was talking a little rant about the daft scientists and about how they're using the common cold as a means of an excuse. I'm a man of my word and I'm going to stick to what I said on that one. I'm going to stick to it because today's me, myself and the dog. And I'm going to sort of have a little rant there because at the end of the day, right, what I said was spot on. Different scientists from different universities, I say that again, different scientists from different universities come up with the same bullshit answer. They come up with the same bullshit answer that, oh, it's going to get worse in winter. Oh, it's going to get worse in winter. Oh, it's going to get worse in winter. Remember when I betted that pound? And these was different scientists from different universities, and every one of them come up with the same macaroni. I'm going to say it how I see it. I'm going to say it how I see it because it needs to be fucking said. The end of the day, what is common at this time of the month? What is common? Could it be the cold? And how many old people die of pneumonia? They die of pneumonia. You can correct me if I'm right and wrong here, but they die of pneumonia when it gets to winter time, right? But the funny thing is, we had a prat who worked for Boris Johnson called "Tis Not So Ritter," and he turned around and said, "That's there. Old people didn't die of pneumonia. Pneumonia wasn't around, it disappeared in the wind and it's going to get worse. This there for cold." As my favourite Bond girl said in Licence to Kill, bullshit. Because it is common we get the cold in this time of the month. And yes, I've got a bit of a cough, but I'm going to correct people here. Before we ever had COVID, I always get a bit of a cough at this time of the month. Right? It is a common cough. I already proved that. I'm a proof myself that I got, go on here, it's a bit noisy, I got a common cold, right? I got a common cold. I had the thing in my dosset and the thing in my snotter, right? And at the end of the day, it was proved that I was negative, meaning all I had was a common cold. And I was right what I said. I said that the scientists should be advising people, not scaremongering people. I've got a bold in my nose. They should be advising people to have that thing in the nose and in the mouth, but not use pots at fucking fear. Because let me tell you something, right? And I could get shot for this, but fuck it. We did have pneumonia last year. Mr. Not So Ritter, we did have pneumonia. Truth of the matter is, the obstacles, and I'm not to be disrespectful on the NHS. My sister works in the NHS, you heard me say that. I have a friend, without repeating myself, who works in the NHS. And let me let you into a secret here. Let me let you into a secret. Big amount of deaths last year from the elderly died of pneumonia. Yeah, there was some COVID as well, but they also died of pneumonia. Yes, I know it's a part of pneumonia, but to let me even right and wrong, before we had COVID, there was also pneumonia, right? Had to get that one out of the way. So the easy thing to do is they put on the death certificate COVID. They did that. When people out from died of pneumonia, they did COVID. I know someone, right, I'm not going to name any names, but I know someone, that's it. They died of cancer. They died of cancer. You know what was on the death certificate? You know what they put on the death certificate of this person who I knew died of cancer? COVID. They put fucking COVID, and I'm annoyed about that. I am fucking fuming about that because they put fucking COVID on someone who died of cancer because it's the most easiest thing going. Got behind some noise now. But it's the most easiest thing going. It's easy. It's easy tape talks. Right now, because winter's on its way. Remember when I did that bet of a pound, so I ain't got it with me, but I fucking knew what I was going to hear before I heard it. Oh, it's not that noisy. Right, I knew what I was going to hear before I heard it, and I was fucking right. I was right, I'm a man of my word. I was right that they put, oh, it's going to get worse in winter, oh, it's going to get worse in winter, oh, it's going to get worse in fucking winter. And I knew that from day one. Because there's not one scientist, there's not one who testing the data, there's not one what will testing the theory, there's not one. Every one of them pots at fear. Every one of them pots at fucking fear. Even the news is stummy for it. BBC, the worstest. Sky News, go and fuck yourselves. And it's fucking true. It's fucking true. At the end of the day, right, I like to be secret about the data and I think it's bullshit. Every time it gets to 8%, before it reaches 9%, I can bet you here and now it will go down. Guess what, people? To put your mind at rest, we went down a bit this today. We went down. Now, before I get a big head and get a bit boasty there, for I know we could go up. We could go up today. We could go up, right? But it's early days. We could go worse. We could go shit. But what I'm getting at, we're going up and down. Not one scientist has turned round and said, you know what? We're going up and down here. We're not going all the way up. We're not shooting up, which is protests. There's even drugs now, which was mentioned by one scientist today. One scientist, I looked on YouTube, by the way, because I don't always look at my channel, I also like to look at other things. There's one scientist, right, from America. The only one I listen to. I don't listen to Tish Ritty and all these what look fucking misball as shit and stuff pots that fear down your dosset. I like to listen to one with a bit of intelligence who looks at the data right, and tries to look at other ways around, right? This scientist said there's a new drug, right, being tested. And apparently it's supposed to cut off its ass, stops it from mutating. And it sounded good. The only thing is, this is America, by the way, it tosses a lot of money. It tosses a lot of money. By rights, it should be fucking free, but it tosses a lot of money in the state of America. And apparently, if you're a woman and you're pregnant, you're not allowed to have it. If you're going to have intercourse, right, not for me to touch, you can't have it. If you're going to have intercourse, put something on the end of it, or have a pregnancy test and hope to God it comes back negative, because that's the only way it can mutate. You know, the mutations, the Indian, the African, the Brazil, which is funny now, people. Isn't it funny that those mutations are never mentioned? You don't even hear about the fucking Indian one anymore. You don't hear about it. It never even gets mentioned. And there's a bit of me what's wondering, what is fucking wondering whether another mutation is going to come along. What's it going to be? Here's one. That's the stupid man's disease. That's the new mutation. The new variant. Stupid man's disease. Because it's time when I go to the pub, you get a dickhead that will spit in my face. You get a blumberer that will blumble near you. That's the new variant. It's called the stupid man's disease. It's called the blumbering, spitting, dopey fuck disease. There's your answer. But it's just me speaking a bit on my mind about what I think of our fucking dickhead scientists. What all they're doing now is using pots at fear. They're using pots at fear because it's the easiest tape stone. Yes, I've got a cough. But it's like I said, Johnson dry cough. Mine's a normal cough. Ain't got it. Proof of it. And the fact that people are getting a cold and they're suffering fear down their dosset pisses me off. Pisses me off. You know what else pisses me off? And this proves about your scientists and what wankers they are. Correct me if I'm right and wrong, but did they or did they not say that going outside is good for you? It's not, that's dangerous. So why is it then, in New Year, they're doing away with fireworks again? You know the fireworks display in London? They're doing away with it again. And they're trying to stop people from going outside because they're saying now it's dangerous. So it's just a proof of what I said about the scientists. I'm not going to apologise. I'm not going to say sorry to every fucking scientist who uses the common cold as a Jake joke. In my eyes, it is a Jake joke. Because it's the most easiest one going. Because we all get a cold in winter. And because it's similar to a cold. But it's like I said, these scientists would know the difference between a common cold, which I had, and I proved that, to fucking cadaver, which is totally fucking different. Yeah, it has a similar fucking attitude, but he's a scientist. These are people who are supposed to know the difference but they're suffering fear. Every one of them has suffered fear. Every one of them have turned round and said it's going to get worse in winter. And as my favourite Blood and says, I'm going to end it like this. Bullshit. See you later.